Assalamu alaikum, family. This is Ryan X coming to you live. Hope that you all are doing well out there. Hope that you're having a blessed and wonderful day. It's beautiful out here. I don't mean to rub it in, but it's a nice day out here in the Bay Area. It's like 65 degrees, I believe. Nice and sunny. People are outside walking their dogs, jogging, whatever. Those of y'all in the Midwest, the East Coast, and down south, y'all be safe. Y'all have dangerously frigid temperatures out there. So remember, so what I said in the last video about make sure you have a lot of canned goods, water, blankets, yeah, blankets, flashlights, batteries, your medicine, you have enough for your medication. Uh, you know what a water valves are to shut them off just in case you may have to do that. Gas in your car, all the essentials. Make sure you have them. Make sure everything is in order. And I'm praying for y'all and just stay safe and do not go out unless you have to, unless you absolutely have to. So, but y'all stay safe out there. Hope that you all are doing well and the likelihood that you're having one of those days because we all know that in this life, little rain must fall. Always remember this. Tough times don't last, tough people do. Keep your hope, trust, and faith in Allah God, and He will see you through. I could definitely bear witness to that. So, getting to the topic for this video. Um, ha, the Democrats are allies. We love black people. Black Lives Matter. I voted for Obama and Kamala Harris. I love fried chicken. I put hot sauce on it. Um, I washed my collard greens in the bathtub. Democrats or Democrats, whatever you want to call them, it's fine with me. They're now voting or they're declaring that they're going to vote to defund the Department of Homeland Security, DHS. They're voting to defund the Department of Homeland Security. Not making this up. Because two white people were murdered. Two white people in Minnesota, Renee Good and Alex Preddy. Now all hell's gonna break loose. They are voting to defund the Fed, the Department of Homeland Security. I find it funny because when the Department of Homeland Security was set up by George W. Bush, wasn't it to protect America's borders against terrorists from the Middle East, the boogeyman, 9/11, when the plane struck the Trade Center and the Pentagon and crashed in that field out in rural Pennsylvania? Wasn't it to defend our borders, the DHS? Wasn't they set up for that? Wasn't they set up when we go to the airport, we had to take our shoes off because they didn't want to make sure that we weren't bringing in any bombs? We had to dump our water because they wanted to make sure we weren't bringing in any poison. Take off our belts. Damn, like my grandfather used to say, may Allah be pleased with him, you damn near had to get butt naked. So these Democrats, they were for the Department of Homeland Security. The same Department of Homeland Security, the Patriot Act. Remember the Patriot Act? That if you got $10,000, you were investigated. If you were to purchase a home, you were investigated. The Patriot Act, the spy on Americans. The Democrats supported the Patriot Act. Now, or the Department of Homeland Security. They supported its creation. Now that two white people have been murdered by ICE agents, oh, well, we have to defund it. They are declaring a vote on this. Jim Himes, who's a U.S. representative from Connecticut, Connecticut's 4th District, Representative Jim Himes, and Senator Chuck Schumer from New York. They are the main ones who are spearheading this. And I'm sure there's many other Democrats. But now they want to defund the Department of Homeland Security because two white people were murdered by ICE. Before I go any further, hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button now, hit the subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I do videos on here. They want to defund the Department of Homeland Security. Now, like I said in my last video, and I said many times on here, Renee Good was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Her so-called wife antagonized the ICE agent. Come on, big boy. Bring it, big boy. You better pack a lunch, big boy. He was feeling himself. He pulled up. He demanded Renee Green stop her vehicle. She didn't. Her so-called wife told her to drive off. She proceeded to do that, and she was shot and killed. Her wife instigated her murder. Her so-called wife, excuse me. Her so-called wife instigated her murder. Alex Preddy, before I came on here, before I started this video, I saw new footage of Alex Preddy antagonizing ICE agents. A week and a half before he met his maker, Alex Preddy has spit at ICE agents and he kicked out the tail light of an ICE vehicle. It's video of it. I just saw it before I came on here. Right before I came on here, I saw it. Anton Daniels, who I disagree with him a lot on, but he has it on his channel. Anton Daniels, you'll see it. Alex Preddy. So January 13th. Yeah, because Alex Preddy was murdered on the 24th. So 11 days before he was murdered, this man was out there spitting at ICE agents, and he kicked out the tail light of a vehicle, of a ICE patrol vehicle, whatever vehicle you want to call it, of a government vehicle. Kick out the tail light. They didn't kill him. Guess what they did? They tackled him to the ground, and he went on about his way. They did not kill him. Now, had he been one of us, Brother Iron Will, how would that have played out? And thank you for tuning in, by the way. Appreciate it. Brother Iron Will, if we had spat at ICE agents and kicked out the tail light to their vehicle, how would that have played out? I wouldn't be here doing this video, and you wouldn't be here chiming in. We would be hashtags. They would be speaking of us in the past tense, not in the present. I'm keeping it 1,000. Now imagine if that would have been Mike Brown, Philando Castile, Sandra Bland, etc. I've been saying this forever on this channel. Philando Castile didn't do anything. He was pulled over. He was licensed to carry. That devil terrorist shot this man in front of his 3-year-old daughter and his girlfriend. Sandra Bland was pulled over, sent to jail, and was hung. That's suspicious. Mike Brown was murdered in Ferguson at a convenience store. Did they fight with the police? Did any of these three that my brother just mentioned, did they fight with the police? Did they antagonize them? So what Alex Preddy was doing, he was going there looking for trouble. Now you could argue that he shouldn't have been murdered on the day at the incident. Terrence Crutcher, thank you, and thank you for tuning in. Same thing. Eric Garner, the man was choked to death. I can't breathe. Eric Gardner. Freddie Gray was in a police paddy wagon, unhandcuffed. What threat did he have to them? Sean Bell, Oscar Grant. It goes on. Atiana Jefferson, Breonna Taylor. So many. Sonia Massey. So many of our brothers and sisters. Tamir Rice. Trayvon Martin. Even though that devil wasn't a cop, but still. How about our 9 brothers and sisters at Emmanuel AME Church in Charleston, South Carolina, that prayed for that terrorist skunk, that prayed for him. And what happened? He gunned him down. Where was the federal legislation then, Democrats? Where was it then, Barack Obama? You were president in 2015 when those 9 brothers and sisters of ours at Emmanuel AME Church in Charleston, South Carolina were gunned down. And y'all had a manhunt for this cracker. He fled to North Carolina, and what did y'all do? Y'all put a bulletproof vest on him and took his ass to Burger King to get a Whopper. Am I lying? Am I right or am I absolutely right? They took this terrorist devil to Burger King to get a Whopper and put a bulletproof vest on him. And the only reason why he's on death row, which it's going on 12 years now that they caught him. This was in 2015. I'm sorry, 11 years. Forgive me. We're in 2026. It's going on 11 years now. He committed this murder almost 11 years ago. In 2015, we're in 2026. And this devil is still alive? And the only reason why he's on death row now is because the pastor of that church was a South Carolina state senator. That's the only reason. And our brothers and sisters that were murdered grocery shopping in Buffalo, exactly, and in Louisville, Kentucky too. It's just so many. It's thousands. The list is endless. But 2 white people are murdered within a span of 2 weeks, and we got to defund the Department of Homeland Security. But when it was black children, black men and women that were being murdered, slaughtered on a damn near daily basis from 2012 to 2020, almost a span of 8 years, nothing was done. We had a black president from the time Trayvon Martin's murder in 2012 to the time he got out of office in 2017. That 5-year span. And I'm talking about when 2017, when Trump was inaugurated the first time. So I'm counting a span of 5 years. Barack Obama was president. Eric Holder had the top law enforcement job in the country. He was Attorney General, Eric Holder. They did not hold the police departments accountable, not one iota. Am I right or am I absolutely right? As a matter of fact, Barack Obama funded the police, the Blue Alert Law. He passed legislation for him, funding. And Joe Biden, the last president, did the same thing when he was in office. These are the Democrats that y'all swear allegiance to. Y'all sit up here crying about Trump. Trump this, Trump that, Trump this, Trump that, Trump, Trump, Trump. I'm not saying that you should go out here and stomp the yard for Trump. I'm not saying that. But with Trump, and I've said it on here many times, with Trump, what you see is what you get. He tell you what he about. But with Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Chuck Schumer, Jim Himes, Come on. Yup. The officer that was Barack Obama's that was his first months in office. That was that summer, 2009. I remember that shit. When Dr. Henry Louis Gates couldn't get into his house up in Harvard, up in Massachusetts. And that cop arrested him. And he did call that cop stupid. And he apologized and he invited him to have a beer. Remember that, brother? He had called him stupid at first. He publicly apologized and invited this devil to have a beer. After he arrested a distinguished professor, he invited both men to have a beer on the White House lawn. I would never forget that. But I glossed right past it. That was my ignorant days. I was like, well, you know, but no, damn that. When you know better, you do better. Well, yup, I'm doing better. He invited this devil to have a beer on the White House lawn with Dr. Gates. But I still defended him. I must admit, I was ignorant as hell back then. I still defended him. That was almost 16 years ago, the summer of 2009. What was I thinking? I admit I was wrong. But little did we know, Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, Alton Sterling, Eric Gardner, Freddie Gray, Michael Brown, Sandra Bland, Philando Castile, all these brothers and sisters were being murdered by white supremacist terrorists. And Eric Holder, the Attorney General, the top law enforcement person in the land in these United States, didn't do a goddamn thing to hold these police departments accountable. Am I right or am I absolutely right? He didn't do a damn thing. But now that Renee Good and Alex Preddy have been murdered within a span of 2 weeks up in Minneapolis, we got to defund, we got to vote to defund the Department of Homeland Security. Well, good luck with that. And let me say this again. Renee Good's so-called wife instigated that woman's murder. Alex Preddy pretty much asked for trouble. He asked for trouble. He had been antagonizing ICE agents, and on January 24th, he caught the bull by the horns, and the bull speared him because he had been antagonizing them. I'm not saying that them shooting him on that day was right. I'm not saying that. But you can't go around antagonizing animals. And yes, I'm calling ICE agents animals. It's like you picking at a pit bull behind a fence. You picking at him. Keep picking at him. Keep picking at him. Then one day he gets loose and he tears you apart. He's sick and tired of your foolishness. They were sick and tired of Alex Preddy, so they took him out. And I'm coming to the conclusion that was planned. I'm coming to the conclusion that this was planned. That they had said, you know what, enough of this. We gonna kill this guy. He already done spit at us. He already done cussed us out. He already done damage to our vehicle, embarrassed us. We gave him a chance. He's keeping it up. We're going to take him out. And that's what happened on last Saturday. They took him out. But now we have to defund the Department of Homeland Security, who y'all voted for Y'all, along with the Republicans, voted for the Department of Homeland Security. Y'all voted for them to spy on us with the Patriot Act. Y'all voted for them to make our lives a living hell for the past 25 years at the airport. Y'all, along with the Republicans, went along with this bullshit. But now that it's at your front door, that two white people, Renee Good and Alex Preddy, are gone now, all hell's gonna break loose. We need to have a vote. But when it was us, it was trust the process. Let the justice system run its course. It was hashtag this. Black Lives Matter this. Black Lives Matter that. Hashtag this. Hashtag that. When those grassroots organizations talk about defunding the police, what did Joe Biden did? What did Joe Biden do? Excuse me. He gave the police more funding. Y'all remember that? He sure did. So while y'all sitting up here worried about Trump deporting illegal migrants, look at the ones who call themselves their friend, who call themselves your friends. Look at the Democrats who call themselves our allies. Look what they have been doing to us. Did you see the white woman's comment that said, "Can we get back to regular police brutality now? These people are beyond wicked." Wow. Woo-hoo-hoo. See, that's what I'm talking about. I didn't see that. Can we get back to regular police brutality? Can we get back to police brutality now? That's not wicked. The thousands of brothers and sisters that's been killed by the police, that hasn't been wicked. Oh, that's a bad thing. That's sad. That happened to Tyrone or Terrell. Hashtag Terrell Jenkins. Hashtag to such and such black person. Such and such this. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. No, what you really meant to say is only white lives matter. Only white lives matter. Only white lives matter. That's what you meant to say. Because these same people, and I say this to family members and friends all the time, there's a section of Oakland, they done gentrify Oakland so bad, they turned their neighborhood in Oakland into its own little municipality. I am not making this up. Piedmont, look it up. Piedmont was a section of Oakland. It was a neighborhood in Oakland. Piedmont has its own municipality. Piedmont has its own police force. I'm not making this up. Piedmont is predominantly white. If any of us take our black asses to Piedmont, just say you're just going over there because as Americans, you have the right under the Constitution. Supposedly, we have the right to freely move around. Say you want to drive at Piedmont since it's the winter months, 7 o'clock in the evening, you're driving through Piedmont. You go through a gas station. I'm sure there's gas stations in Piedmont. I don't go there. I have no reason to. But I'm just saying for the sake of this argument here. You get gas in Piedmont or your car breaks down. Let's just say that your car breaks down going through Piedmont and you walking through that neighborhood. Those white liberal people will call the police on your black ass. They will call the police on you. Walk around Piedmont at 7 o'clock in the evening during the winter time when it's dark out and your car broke down and you looking for help. You don't have any ill intentions. Your car broke down. Your phone not working. Walk around that neighborhood and see what happened. I triple dog dare you. I quadruple dog dare you. Yes, Piedmont is a sundown town, and it's about 20 minutes from where I live. About 20 minutes. Not even 20 minutes, probably 15 minutes from where I'm living, from where I'm staying right now. It's about 15 minutes away. Piedmont, California. It was a section of Oakland. It was a goddamn neighborhood. They done gentrified Oakland so bad that Piedmont is its own municipality. They're doing the same thing in Atlanta with Buckhead. Or I think they have done it already. So my point is, walk around Piedmont, a white liberal who voted for those people, voted for Barack Obama. They voted for Kamala Harris. They have Black Lives Matter posters in their windows. Let your black ass walk around there at 7 o'clock in the evening. Excuse me for cussing. But let your black self walk around there at 7 o'clock in the evening because your phone not working or your car broke down and see what happens. Yes, police, yes. There's a nigger walking outside my neighborhood. He looks suspicious. He's wearing a black hoodie, blue jeans. He looks suspicious. I don't know. They will come in a nanosecond. They will come in a millisecond with guns drawn. We have no allies. That was what I was trying. That was my point in saying all of that. We have no allies. When will y'all get that through y'all thick skull? Black people are the most hard-headed people on the planet. I love us, but we're hard-headed. We don't learn. We think these white liberals are our friends. We want to kumbaya with them. At the same time, while we're doing that, they got the knife in our backs. The Gloria Steinems, they're the ones who told black women to lead their black men. Meanwhile, they're going to their white husbands and raising their white families. But they tell you, leave your black men. Then when you leave them and your children don't have a father in the home, they want to make fun of you. Look at them. They have a fatherless home. She don't have no man. Look at her. She's on welfare. It's crazy. Buckhead is still part of Atlanta as okay, but I think they're trying to pass something. A brother of mine told me this. They're trying to pass something to make Buckhead its own municipality. Piedmont was a neighborhood in Oakland. When I moved out here, Piedmont didn't have their own police. Piedmont was a neighborhood in Oakland, in North Oakland. Beautiful homes. Beautiful homes. But Piedmont, when I moved out here in 2014, it was not its own municipality. They did not have their own police department. But now they do. So I say all this to say this. We have no allies. You see what these Democrats are doing. They want to defund the Department of Homeland Security, who they voted to install, along with the Republicans, George W. Bush and his administration. Because we have to fight the war on terror. And the Democrats were willing to join the Republicans. We have to fight the war on terror, create the Department of Homeland Security so they could spy on Americans. You get $10,000. They want to know where it comes from. If it's coming from some foreign entity. You buy a home. Why are you buying this home? That's what the Patriot Act did. You going to the airport. Like my grandfather, I mentioned that a few minutes ago. My late grandfather, may Allah be pleased with them, used to say, you damn near have to get buck naked. You have to throw away your food and water before you go through the TSA lines, TSA check lines. They voted for this. This is what the Democrats helped fund, along with the Republicans. Now that two white people one whose so-called wife instigated her murder, one who kept antagonizing ICE agents was murdered. Oh well, now we got to fund them. This is wicked. This is terror. Okay. Now you want to cry to the heavens when it was us for these decades upon decades. It fell on deaf ears, blind eyes. Oh, just trust the justice system. Just trust the process. What are we? The Philadelphia 76ers? I mean, my God. Now that the shoe is on the other foot, now you want to defund them. They should have never came about in the first place. That's crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy, but it's not surprising. We have to defund them. 2 white people, beautiful people, were murdered. So we have to defund them. This is an outrage. And then Barack Obama coming out the woodwork. Let me tell you what he said. 1 second. Hit that thumbs up button. Smash that thumbs up button down. Hit the subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I do videos on here. Barack and Michelle Obama called killing of Alex Pretty a heartbreaking tragedy and urged federal accountability. So when all those brothers and sisters who I mentioned a few minutes ago were being murdered by the police under Barack Obama and Eric Holder, his attorney general, those wasn't heartbreaking tragedies, and we shouldn't have urged y'all shouldn't have urged federal accountability then, but now you want to because a white man has been murdered. Man, forgive me for what I'm about to do. Fuck the Democrats with 2 fingers. Fuck the Republicans with 2 fingers. Fuck the Democrats with 2 fingers again. 2 middle fingers. 2 times. Fuck them. Fuck them. Forgive me. But I'm just sick and tired of these hypocrites, man. I'm sick and tired of our people falling for the same okie doke. Yes, he sang Amazing Grace at the funeral of those non-parishioners at Emmanuel AME Church. And he said if he had a son, that he looked like Trayvon Martin. That was what he did for the black community. That is absolutely correct. And that pissed my mom off about that Amazing Grace because he went to that church, sung Amazing Grace, and that very same week, June of 2015, I'll never forget it, he signed legislation for the Marriage Equality Act for the LGBTQ plus IA community. He signed legislation, the Marriage Equality Act for LGBTQ plus IA community. The same week, he went down there to that church and sung Amazing Grace. That pissed my mother off. It pissed me off too. That same week, Amazing Grace. Oh, Marriage Equality Act for gays and lesbians. He couldn't pass legislation for us that week, but he did for the LGBTQ plus IA community. It was so bad that Newsweek, and you can look this up, they had a photo of Obama, an image of Obama with a rainbow halo around his head saying, the first gay president. I am not making this up. You could go find it. You could Google it. Newsweek. had an image of Obama, and he had a rainbow halo around his head, and it said America's first gay president, or something like the first gay president. That's what it said. I'm not making this up, y'all. Matter of fact, there it is. Can y'all see that? I know the glare is probably bad, but there it is. First gay president. Yep. That's the same week that our they had the funeral for our 9 brothers and sisters at the Emmanuel AME Church. They wouldn't let the minister, they wouldn't allow the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to come down there and speak. But they allowed this man to come down there and make a mockery and sing Amazing Grace. And he signed legislation, federal legislation, for the LGBTQ plus IA community to get married legally. These are your allies. They are giving y'all the middle finger, telling y'all what to kiss, telling y'all what to you know what, and yet y'all still support them. What's the definition of insanity? Is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result each time. Or that's the definition of stupidity too. I'm not saying you have to run to the Republicans. I'm not saying that. And it's a shame that when you question the Democrats, you're automatically called a Trump supporter or a Republican. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying use your head. Pay attention to what they're doing to you. Remember this when you go to vote in 2028. Don't forget this, but many of y'all will. Because we got to get Trump out of office. We got to get Trump out of office. Trump. Jim Clyburn. That Uncle Ruckus looking Negro. But I digress. Let me hop off of here. I think I made my point known. I think I was able to get my point across. I hope that I was. If so, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. Share this video. Share it. Let's have the conversation, especially on a topic such as this. We need to have this conversation. So please share this video on your social media accounts. I know there are going to be many who disagree with what I said in this video. I understand that. I'm cool with that. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. But let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. In our disagreements, let's use logic, common sense, facts, and respect, not emotion and disrespect. That'll get you absolutely nowhere. So keep that in mind. Please keep that in mind. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button on, hit that subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I do videos on here. Support my YouTube channel and my future projects coming down the pike. Please, y'all, continue to rock with your brother. Those y'all who've been rocking with me since day numero uno, please continue it. Please continue to love and support. Your brother needs it. And I will not take it for granted. I don't take it for granted now, one iota. So please keep the love and support up. Lord knows I need it. So I thank y'all immensely. Brothers as well as sisters, y'all be safe out here. Beware and be aware. Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy now more than ever before. So whether you're going to work, coming home from work, dropping your children off at school, picking them up, running errands on vacation, or just doing nothing, please be safe, beware, and be aware. Those of us in the nation, General Order number 2. Keep that in mind, and y'all know what that is. So next time, I love y'all. Have a blessed day. And remember, we have no allies, y'all. We have no allies. Allah put Trump in office for a reason. He did it for a reason, and that's to unite black people. I firmly believe that. I really believe that. We have to Allah will allow things to happen to unite us. And I don't agree with Trump, but he's Nebuchadnezzar. And when the Israelites were under the rule of the Babylonians, it united Israel and they got closer to God. Am I right or am I absolutely right? When the Israelites were under Babylonian rule, they had turned away from God. They got closer to God, they united, and Babylon met her fall. And that's what's going on with America and Trump. We have turned away from our morals, we've turned away from God. We have to unite, and this devil is coming down right before our very eyes. So I love y'all. I will talk to y'all sooner than later. Inshallah. Have a blessed day. If I don't come in here tomorrow, have a blessed week. Have a blessed weekend. Love y'all. Take care. I'm out. Assalamu alaikum.